Alright, the long-awaited Chapter 6 video. Sorry guys, no excuse, but I've been busy, so my apologies. Video game sales. We're going to include sales in the millions for several video games on various platforms, insert a table with headers. Okay, so I'm just going to come up here, first cell, insert, table. My table has headers. Yep. And I have a table. Come over here, we're going to select light, wait a minute, medium, 27. Okay, so notice this is light, medium, and then there's dark. So I'm going to do medium, 27. And then including the headers, create a database, so everything's selected. So I'm going to name this sales database. Hit enter, make sure it stays, and it goes away. But remember, you can go to formulas, check your name manager, and then you've got your sales database. Okay. And then we're going to add a row to our table. Okay, so always go to your table tools before you go anywhere else to look for things to do with the table. And then click on the table row. And then we need to just sum up each one of these. Alright. And then now we're going to add slicers. Okay, so I'm going to go into insert, slicer. Oh, be in the table somewhere. You got to be clicked on the table. It doesn't matter where you are. Then you get all these options. Okay, so we want platform, year, and genre. We're going to move platform to K1. Remember, make sure there's a little bit of white space. And notice I'm still in my table, in my slicer tools. And I'm going to say I want 3 columns. Okay, and then we're going to get rid of some of the extra white space. And apply style other 2. White slicer style other 2. Okay, where is that? There we go. White slicer style other 2. Alright, and then I'm going to grab the genre and put it in N1. Make it 2 columns. Get rid of some of that white space. If you do too much, you get a scroll bar. So make sure you do just enough to get rid of the scroll. And then white slicer style other 2 on that one. And then we're going to grab our year and drop it into K13. Make it a 3 column. And other style. Get rid of the white space. And again, in my slicer tools, I'm going to come over here and you see slicer caption, the far left. And we're going to change that to release year. Okay. Alright, and then we're going to, on step 9, we're going to apply filters to show the platform of PS3 and DS. So I want multiples, so I'm going to click on that. I want PS3 and I want the DS. Okay, and then I'm going to go to Adventure and Action, and that's it. Select the filtered data, right? Genre, action. Okay. So then I'm going to grab this. And it says select the filtered data, including rows and column headings and total row. So I'm going to copy that. Go to select data and paste it. And then auto fit the columns. Okay. I'm going to come back to my database or my video game, and we're going to clear all the filters over here. So I'm just going to click that, and now we're back to where we were. And to get rid of, I had those selected and it was scrolling, you can hit the escape key and it clears your copy if that's bugging you. Okay, we're going to go to Database Tools. And we're going to wait a minute. Oh, yeah. Come back here into video games. Copy the headings. So just the heading section. And we're going to drop that in over here at the Database Tools. And under Platform, we're going to type in Wii. Year is greater than 2006. And then the next one, platform, is DS, and the genre is adventure. So what we're doing here is we're going to actually take information out of this database based on these criteria and put in information here. Alright, so we're going to use global sales as our field name. So I can type in global sales. And then I'm on step 12 if you're wondering. Nope, I'm not. Still on step 11. So in here it doesn't really give you a whole lot of information except that you're going to use this as the criteria and the sales database as your database. But so here we're going to actually do something called a DSUM. It's a database sum. So my database is the sales database. The field that I'm going to be looking at is global sales, but I'm going to actually type in B5. So whatever is there is what I'm going to pull. And then my criteria is this. And close off. Okay, so if I went up here and typed in Europe, I'm going to get whatever Europe is for Wii's over 2006. So if I would come over here, I could filter all of that and figure out if I'm correct or not. Okay, which probably there's only one Wii, right? And there wasn't none sold in Japan. Okay. So I'm going to move that back to the global sales. And then again, we're doing the same thing, D average. So again, this is a database average. Sales database based on B5 using this criteria. It's going to give me my sales, my average sales. Okay, and then my D count. I can type database field and criteria, and then the D max. And D min. Okay. All right, step 12, using the data on the video games sales worksheet. So this is our database. So again, I can change this to Europe, North America, Europe, Japan, or other, and all of this would change because it's based on, it goes over here to this field or this field or this, whatever, and it adds those up based on what's over here. Okay. All right. Sorry. So we're going to go back to the video game worksheet and create a pivot table. Okay. So make sure you're in your table somewhere. We're going to insert pivot table, not a recommended one. A pivot table into a new worksheet. And we're going to call this worksheet pivot analysis. Okay, and we're going to put filters as publisher, and then platform and year. Make sure you do them in this order. It changes the information over here if you don't. And then genre is columns, and value is global sales. Okay. Now we're going to do some reconfiguring, so I'm going to change the name up here. Instead of sum of global sales, we're going to just say total global sales, all one word, in millions, oops, lowercase. And then we're going to format all of this money into, notice in my pivot tools I don't have any formatting. Okay, I can't format. So this is when you go home, go to your number format and select accounting. Okay, that'd be one reason to get out of your pivot tools, is because it's not there. Okay, and then I'm going to change my A4 to say platform and year, and B3 I'm going to say genre, and now I'm going to go to design and create a light 9, light blue, pivot style, light 9. There we go. And I'm going to do all the columns, make them adjust column widths. Alright, now we're going to go back to video games and insert a pivot chart. Okay, so this time I'm going to do an insert, and we're going to do a pivot chart. Okay, not pivot tables. Go to charts, pivot chart, new worksheet, and this chart is going to be called North American sales by platform. Okay, and then in this chart we are going to put the genre in our filters, and then in our axis categories we're going to say platform, and in our values we're just North America. Okay, so that's what my chart's going to look like. We're going to change some configurations, so we're going to change this chart style. Okay, so I'm going to go to design. Maybe, there we go. And change style or type. Okay, and we're going to do a clustered bar. Clustered bar. And let's see. Applies chart or style 4 charts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Style 4. I'm going to change the layout to layout 1 and delete the legend. So again, in my elements, legend none. Now we're going to move this to a new spot. So I'm going to move chart to a new sheet called sales by platform pivot chart. And then there's our new chart. And then using the pivot table, so I'm going to go back to the cells, create a drill down for just the DS. Okay, to do that, you're going to just double click on this and it brings in all of your data. Okay, and then this is going to be called North. If I can type American Sales DS. Okay, and then using the pivot chart on the sales by platform, so I'm going to come back over here, modify the genre filter to show only data in action. So when we come up here to the drop down, we're going to select multiple things: action, adventure, and fighting. Okay, click OK, and then now you should have something that looks like this, and we're done. I know that seemed really fast, but yeah, it is. Alright, and that's it. Thanks, guys.